right. What's good, y'all? Yep, like my boy just said, tap that like button. That y'all come on in. Gotta say to y'all, I'm actually pretty damn excited for this next episode coming in because I think we're gonna get some. I think we about to get the best episode yet, bro. What's good, no one? Ghostin, my boy, what's good? Razoo, welcome to the chat, bro. Appreciate you making it in. Like usual, you know, I'm gonna give folks time to go and get up in here. But yeah, y'all see the two. I got two topics on here so far, but we probably gonna dig into a little bit more than that too. But those are gonna be the two primary things. I'm probably gonna actually start it off with the famous issue. What did No Label the Label say? What's up, Cedric? If you're talking about the Antonio Ortez clip, I actually had that before he did. My ass just was tired as hell and went to sleep without fucking doing a video on it, and I woke up, that motherfucker beat me to it. Yeah, so if that's what you're talking about, yeah, I did see it. Because I was actually shocked, to be honest. I said, hold up. I actually had something that No Label the Label didn't have yet. Hold up. Because you know that nigga always be the first one to everything. But yeah, I saw it. That's what we gonna talk about up in this live here. That particular interview. Because pretty much I think he revealed a lot of things in that interview if you know how to read between the lines of what he was saying and stuff like that. So also damn, let's see, what time we had 3. I guess at the 4 minute 30 minutes seconds. But yeah, I'll play the clip for anybody in here that hasn't seen it yet. I don't know if anybody haven't seen it, but I'll play it before I start speaking on it so that everybody can have an opportunity to see it. Let me give it 30 more seconds, and then we're going to get into it. Make sure y'all hit that like button because I see all the likes ain't matching up yet. Well, hold up. We got 6 now. You haven't seen it yet, Ghostin? All right, I'm going to play it for you. I think Lou gonna tell B Rilla, you be rapping gangster. I need you to help me put work in since Unique got all them soldiers. Ha! I don't think he gonna go that route with him. I just can't see Lou going that bad. If you turn out to be right about that, that'll be kind of crazy to me. What's up, DeMarcus? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So basically, Antonio Ortez, which we haven't heard anything from as of since last season, really. He did an interview recently and it kind of spoke on a couple of things. Like he touched on his death, his character's death, and what happened to him, who did he didn't say who did it to him, obviously, because he's not able to say that. But it kind of seems like maybe it wasn't more so of a production issue now. But at the same time, I think I think it still might be because it still doesn't make sense of why they would use a double for him on episode 1. And probably that flashback scene, that scene that we've seen with the gun to his head, which I'm pretty sure was Marvin, they also probably used the double for it. So I think I have the answer to that as well. Let me try to find that photo real quick. Hold on. It was a photo. Somebody on Reddit actually was talking about this. I should have actually had this prepped beforehand, but I actually decided to do this live at random, and that's why I came in last second like this. So I kind of wasn't prepared for it. But anyways, it was a photo that somebody was posting that it read a couple things. If I don't find it, I'll just tell y'all what it said. It looks like I'm not finding it. But anyways, I'm not going to waste too much time because I don't want to bore y'all. But anyways, though, so basically in that particular photo, it said that Antonio Ortiz had a daughter that passed away close around that time. So they believe it's possible that he took time off from acting because of the passing of his daughter. And, the production granted him, permission to be like, okay, go mourn your daughter. We'll just, write around your character and, write him off this way. That's the reason why we didn't see him or where he wasn't too much involved because he was mourning his daughter. That could be the truth. I'm not, I can't 100% say that that's what it was, but I did see a post that said that. Whether it's credible or not, I don't know. But I do know that he did have a daughter that passed. So that could be what it was. He said, I think he wanted to stay on good terms with Courtney and 50. That could be it. He probably can't go in depth until the season is over. Right. And I'm going to touch on that. I wonder if Kanan taught young Ghost and Tommy how to chop up a body and Breeze was the first body. Well, we do know that Kanan was the one that taught them how to chop the bodies because Ghost confirmed that. Now, whether or not Breeze was his first body or not exactly sure. But if I had to bet on it, I would say no, because why would somebody that hard of a target be your first attempt? I don't think so. But hey, let's go ahead and I'm gonna pull up this video for of Antonio, where basically the interview he had with I forgot who it was, but it don't matter too much. Somebody landing. Anyways, here we go. Let me in case YouTube try to get stupid with me. Hold on. Try with lads on.
With this young gentleman, and I would like to ask you who you are and what do you do for a living?
Okay, care about that.
And like film and difference give me an unbiased view. While we are similar, he's like a said situation that you're trying to. Oh, Blue Bloods was. I do the homework on what I'm supposed to be, on the mindset I'm supposed to.
The last and final question that I have for you.
Talk to me.
How did your character pass away?
Oh my God. Hold on. I have to see what day it is. I don't well, okay. You said how? I don't think that's been released yet. I know, okay. I can't tell you why. I got shot.
Well, there there you have it with that part. I'm also pausing because I don't know YouTube. I don't trust y'all because you stay messing with me. They be like, that nigga be cursing too much. Let's fuck with them.
I say that much. My character got shot. My character got shot and was killed by being shot. I can't tell you why, but I had
to ask the
I had
question.
to pick my worst relations now.
I got a lot of people who were calling me. I tried to come up with the best questions to fill in everybody's space. I thought that was the best one, so I appreciate you.
So pretty much everything they about to say after that don't really matter. Y'all don't really care too much about that. So there you have it on that part, people. Because I know we talked about it on the live a couple of times. Everybody was wondering, you know what I'm saying, how did he die? Because we heard that he got tortured and all of that. So people was like, did he die from something else? Because, you know, the torture part that was said by Detective Garcia. So there's the actor who played Famous telling us right there that his character was shot. That was the cause of his death. So let's see, did I miss he said if Lou Smoke be realer, Lulu would be a hypocrite. Well, I feel like all characters in power down there to a certain extent are hypocrites. Super chat from DeMarcus, appreciate it. He says the actor who played Cooper Sachs is in Nemesis by Courtney Kemp on Netflix. Yeah, I saw that. They actually shooting that out here in LA. Let's see what else is here. Razul, you said, where do I get my background music from? I actually got that from my homie that's from my hometown. He was sharing a bunch of music with me like way back in the day when I was doing a project and I was looking for like some soundtracks, and he shared some of his with me, so I used that one. But you said you hate these type of questions because we know he can't answer that. That right? That's the truth. You know he ain't gonna say what it is. But let's see. Ebony said, I think the original plan was for him to go out getting shot, but because of the abrupt leave, they changed the script and added the torture. So are you applying that you don't think he actually got shot now? You like to bounce to the beat? Well, appreciate that. My homie, yeah, he made that. I thought it was a cool one too. But I'm gonna tell y'all this about the family situation, right? So what it told me, because I do think the script probably did change a tad bit, but I do think he still was supposed to die. And like you said, they may have added the torture because of that to make maybe spice it up a little bit or whatever, throw us off, whatever they're trying to do. But looking at that interview for me, it told me that, and I'll also shout out to my boy CG because he was the one who sent this to me, the interview. Like I said, I actually had this interview yesterday, but I didn't get around to it till today. But basically, you see how when the dude asked him the question, he instantly like grabbed his phone. Hold up. Like he instantly checked his phone and he was like, hold up, what day? You know, what day is it? And then it's like after he confirmed that, oh, okay, it's not a day. It's not the day that I can talk about this yet. So he didn't tell us. Because he kind of got it do seem like he was definitely off guard with that, you know, particular question. So that tells me that this week we're gonna get the death of Famous. Like obviously he's been dead, but we're gonna get to see how he died. I believe it's coming this week, which does make sense because we get the 2-week break after today's episode. Well, after tomorrow's episode. Well, it's tomorrow for me. I know East Coast is Friday for y'all, but it comes in 9 o'clock tomorrow for me. But yeah, so the fact that he was checking his calendar, that means he would, if you ask me, it means that the day is close and he was trying to make sure, damn, it has the 18th passed yet? Or is it the 18th? And he was like, oh, it's not, so I can't say shit. So it's like they gave him the day that, you know, he can kind of speak on it. And he was just confirming with himself to make sure that that day hasn't passed yet. So that's one thing that's huge for me. Since we were talking about the final predictions, that's one of my predictions now. I believe that we're going to find out exactly what happened to Famous, but I think only us as the viewers are going to get to see what happened to it. Like, let's say if Rock does turn out to be involved, or Marvin or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're gonna know they did it. But like people like Lou, Kanan, Juke, people like that, I think they're still not gonna know. They're not gonna find out exactly what happened until probably like episode 9 or some shit. But they're gonna show us as the viewers what happened. I think he got shot after the torture, but I don't think originally in the script he got tortured. Got you. Okay, cool. Did you apply for casting for Nemesis? Actually, no, I never saw that casting. I think originally he was supposed to get killed by Marvin, but changed it to the police. Might be on to something there, Jennifer. Actually, Jennifer, that I think this is my first time seeing you. Are you a new subscriber? If so, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. He said I get it at 11 p.m. Yeah, you get it because you Central Time. So you still get it tomorrow as well. It would be very interesting if Ugly Nigga is in season 2 of Nemesis. It would be, right? Hey, I'm shooting for that though, because I said when I saw that she was shooting it out here, you know, I was like, that's definitely a show I should target, especially since it's in LA. And I would love to get into, you know, Courtney Kemp's circle. So yeah, that'll definitely be dope. Probably another show that I would tell my agency, like, look, if you see anything that match me, you know, coming from that particular show, that's if I turn out to like it. You know, I watched season 1 and I end up loving it, which I probably will. Then, yeah, tell them, yep, try to get me in that door. Howard killed Famous and Rock killed Howard, so Kanan won't find out, but it will backfire on him. Well, pretty sure that's not the case, my boy, because Garcia was interrogating because he said that Famous was helping, was cooperating with them for the investigation of a murdered cop. So I'm pretty sure that murdered cop was Howard that they were talking about. So more than likely, Howard can't kill somebody that he's dead before. He said, bet so. Hey, whatever you want to bet, my boy, because I don't think he did it. What's good, Hezekiah? You saw the interview of famous actor saying we just got through playing it, Miles. I just got through playing it for everybody, and I was discussing. I'll go ahead and double down on it and say it again for the people who just came in. But basically, what I was saying is that judging by how he was acting, I believe they're gonna give us what happened to him this particular episode coming up, because he was trying to check his calendar. It's almost as if he was trying to see was it a certain date, and more than likely, if it's after this episode, which is because episode 8 won't come until after 2 weeks. There's no way he's going to have to check his calendar to see, you know, is it time for him to be able to talk on it or not. And he know that shit all the way in May. There's no way he's out of track, you know, out of sync of the world that much. that he don't know is not made yet. So unless he was just playing it off, but it didn't look like it to me. So I believe more than likely they probably gonna show us probably at the end, very end of this episode coming up. They're gonna show us. Let's see. You see our Warriors last night. We had a busy. Yeah. Hey, it's bittersweet for me because I'm from Memphis, but hey, I was rocking with the Warriors. Okay. Hey, it is what it is. I hope Memphis win, so they can still get in the playoffs. They go ahead and beat the Kings or whoever the fuck they end up playing. And they keep the 8th seed, but they probably gonna get slaughtered by OKC. That man Hayden said, fuck the Warriors. That's crazy. I hope we get a flashback scene of young Joyce and Rock when Rock had her first heavenly baby. I think we're definitely gonna get something that we didn't know. That's another prediction that I had for this for my final prediction for this particular episode. Because I think Joyce is gonna die this episode. So Joyce is gonna be out of here. Because you see, we got that exclusive photo of her literally looking like she's on her deathbed with Lou and Marvin standing there looking at her, while she's in the bed here. So I believe she's getting ready to pass away. And it kind of seemed like maybe Rock won't be there. And I think it's going to hit her the hardest once she actually pass away. Cap Baptiste and Agent Garcia asked Famous about Howard and who else can he remember being associated with Famous, say, at his apartment with my boy K. But I think his mom says Rock's name. Let me read that again. Howard and who else can he remember being associated with and Famous say at his apartment with my boy K. But I think mom says Rock's name. I'm not sure what you're saying here, Sonny. Maybe I'm tripping, but I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. That's crazy because whoever said F the Warriors got me blocked. What you mean they got you blocked? Oh. Hey, I mean Hezekiah, I doubt it. You said let's go Rockets in that series? That's crazy. Right, I said I doubt he blocked you. Anyways, they tried to cheat the Warriors last. Yeah, they slick did. They slick tried to. But anyways, your boy got a video on Jukebox could have tortured Famous because she. Yeah, I didn't look at the video, but I did see it up there. And I thought about it, and I was like, it could. I mean, I guess I could see something because it did seem like something that she may have tried to do back then, but I don't know. I just can't see her doing that, especially the Famous. I mean, that would definitely earn her the title as the crazy bee that Tommy spoke of if she did do that. But I doubt it. When will Unique change his name? That's a good question. That's a real good question because the thing is that, they still have yet to address him by his name these first 6 episodes. Nobody called that nigga Unique if you pay attention. Because the doctor nigga, the veterinarian, he was referring to him as your friend. The nigga, the mob boss from New Jersey, nigga, Phil, he never called him by name. None of his henchmen, everybody that saw him, they never referred to him as Unique. It's kind of crazy. They could be just doing this on purpose to fuck with us, but they haven't said anything about their mind now. But I know Rock will say him by name next episode because we've seen that exclusive clip of her saying Unique is alive as hell and will do anything he can to to mess with our to tear us down, whatever she was saying. Do you think Ronnie and Jukebox have some similarities? I remember you saying that, but I mean, they both kind of weird. Let's see, they both crazy. They both might like the same sex. I don't know. They might do got some similarities. And apparently Jukebox like eating cereal too, because Cheerios, in fact. Because last episode, if y'all pay attention, she was eating Cheerios. So you might be on to something. Anyways, episode 5 was the hardest episode in Power history to watch. I usually watch it the episode after, but I can't. Why? Because of how sad it was about the famous situation? As a Grizzly fan, it's F the Rockets too, but I just hate the Warriors and KD. Dang, why? When do you think Unique will reveal himself to Vanessa and Jerome? My opinion, it has to be this episode. Like, I believe it'll be this episode. But one thing I was always curious of is what would be her reaction to it? Could be kind of crazy. Will she just be happy in the mud that he's, alive and safe? Or will she be happy then angry for him, being away for so long? Unique changed his name to Mr. Butter Pecan Ice Cream. Whatever, nigga. Because it's getting close to 96, so he has to be coming soon. Well, apparently it's still late 92 or early 93 right now. So we still got 3 years. I think whoever Breeze is will be officially introduced season 5, whether Unique, D-Wiz brother, or someone else. In my opinion, I think it's only 2 choices left. It's either Unique or D-Wiz brother. I ain't gonna even not lie to y'all though. I just don't want to retract away from what I've already said, but I'm kind of close. I'm slick, low-key leaning more towards D-Wiz brother. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Ronnie taught Jukebox how to kidnap people. Ronnie showed Jukebox the milk to Honey Nut Cheerios. Crazy, yo. Hey, because I told you she was snacking on them. She was definitely snacking on them. Let me go ahead and take this bullshit up for a bit. I can leave it out there. But anyways, though, next predictions, though, for the final episode, in my opinion, what else do I think is going to happen? Where that little dwarf absolutely is going to jack Kanan for that money. That's going to happen. So that's something we're going to be looking out for. And then he gonna go and dip off. But like I said, I believe that, like I said in my other video yesterday, I believe that Unique might hunt him down and find him and turn him into Kanan. I think he might do that. And that could help gain Kanan's trust. Now, Getting How I Live made a very interesting video stating that, Unique and Rock could end up working together again, because it does kind of make sense. Unique has all the soldiers and Rock has all the product. Like, if they truly are business people, they can put their differences aside and work together. It could work. Unique got the soldiers, and you can let him run the operation the way he wants to run it, and you just simply supply him with the product. That way you can kind of keep your hands clean while not having to deal with the drama of him going at you. Because this is the thing. I'm gonna ask y'all, do y'all think Unique and Rock could eventually forgive each other? Because obviously Unique thinks that Rock was the one behind what happened to him. And then maybe, maybe something can happen that he finally realized, damn, it wasn't him. I mean, it wasn't her. And then once he finally do come to that conclusion, will Rock forgive him for all the damage he caused? In my opinion, I think she should, because she done did a lot of shady shit to him in the past. So I think she should kind of just go ahead and forgive him for it, as long as he doesn't take out one of her family members. Now, if he does that, then that'll be a little different. Like if he was to do something serious to damage Kanan, obviously we know he's not going to kill him, but let's say he does something that damages him, or he end up killing one of her brothers, then that would be something that, she can't forgive him for. But as long as he doesn't do that, he just messed up her organization, put down some of her soldiers, I mean, you can come back from that. Let's see where I left off. I could put that little nigga in my pocket. Hold up. He said, I think Marvin dying this season. Speaking of Marvin, something else I was going to bring up. And it could, like I said, I did predict him to be up out of here this season. But like I said, after seeing some of the stuff, I kind of went 50-50 at it right now. Because Marvin's character is very much similar to Tommy's character. And if it's the same, then, he's going to survive. But here, right, in the episode 7 trailer, you can see Rock saying that's a big effing move, and then Marvin replies to her, "This a big effing problem." So, in my opinion, I think that it's gonna be something huge that Unique is gonna bring to the table, and they're gonna be like, "Bro, we got to do something risky that typically they wouldn't want to do, but at this point, as bad as it is and how far ahead Unique is on them, they got to make a risky move. And I believe Rock is going to go ahead and let it go, and it's going to backfire on them. So I'm going to go ahead and give y'all what I think this could possibly be. And what I think it could be is possibly it could be them striking a deal with Snaps and Pop. Okay, if you can see, they got the same clothing on, and you do see them sitting down with none other than Snap and Pop. I think Rock is going to be telling Marvin that they can't be trusted because you know how they are. But I think Marvin's going to be like, look, this ugly ass nigga Unique got Quan. He got a whole army. We ain't got no soldiers. We ain't got enough money right now because of, us not being able to push our product. We need some kind of alliance right now. And who is bigger on the table than Snap and Pop? We already got Stefano, but who knows? Stefano might be, considering backing out because of how bad it's getting. That could be the case. I don't know. And if that's the case, they're going to need somebody to, to back them up, or else they're going to instantly lose. But what I think, is going to happen, because we also know that Unique, he's also going to make a visit to Snap and Pop's place as well. So let me go ahead and find that image real quick. It was one of him there. That's not it. Yeah, here. He's in Snap and Pop's place here. I believe this is their spot. So I think both of them are going to, approach Snap and Pop and try to make a play at them to, make a pitch to get them on their side. And them, they're going to always go with the highest bidder, whoever can help benefit them financially. So the question is, who do y'all think that person will turn out to be? Would it be Rock and Marvin, or will it be your boy Unique? Because one thing we do know is, judging by some of these episode synopsis, Rock does go on the offense in episode 8. So since we know that it says Rock goes on the offense as Marvin and Lou attempt to contain the escalating situations. So we do know that she's going to make some kind of power move in episode 8. So could this mean that maybe she won the war over trying to gain, access to Snap and Pop? Perhaps. But maybe Snap and Pop is going to betray her, and it was all a ruse just to finesse her and later on slide on with Unique. I mean, that could be the case because we get another synopsis that comes later that says Rock faces fallout from Unique's retaliation. So that basically whatever it is that she had in place, not gonna work. Like, it's gonna maybe, it's like basketball. They probably had a run, but later on they put that hammer. Unique put that hammer down on her ass. She's like, no, you ain't about to do that. We're gonna cut that bullshit out right now. But anyway, let me address some of these comments real quick. I know I've been rambling. I don't know Kanan will follow a nigga around his age range, 2 to 3 years older. He look up to Neek, and Neek is a boss and established. You could be right about that, Steven. I think it would make the most sense for Unique to turn out to be him, but hey, these niggas be, I don't know. But anyways, we will probably meet OC Mother this episode. Why would we meet that little ass nigga mother? And even when we do, you think his mother a midget too? It's cool. I'm rivals with all my homies things. Unique mulatto cocktails, the Golden Pavilion is actually hurting Quan business. Oh yeah, because it is Quan stuff. So I mean, that's a little interesting. So let me ask you this then, DeMarcus, because as you know, we did see an image of her of the Golden Pavilion being set on fire. So could it be that maybe those were Rock's people that was setting it on fire because Unique took it over? Could that be what happened? Unique gonna clap Rock cheeks. Everybody's saying that. That's it. So cool you said that, Kenny, because that's another thing that I was gonna say for episode 7. I think so. I got 3 people that are on my death watch for episode 7. And that's Joyce, B. Ruller, and Early Tyler. I think those 3 have the highest % chance of being up out of here. It'd be kind of crazy if we get all 3. I seriously doubt all 3 happen. I think Joyce for sure is gonna pass away this episode. That's who I got the highest bet on right now. And then I would say second after that, maybe it'll turn out to be, I don't know. I think I might go with early after that. Because we did see an image of what looks like Unique walking into, I believe it was Early Tyler's apartment with the biggie looking ass nigga. So if that, I'm thinking that's probably coming up. So I would say Early Tyler probably wasn't around for him to be walking in that mind place like that with random niggas. But anyways, what if Unique clap cheats again? Rock gets pregnant and sends her out of town. So Kanan would have a long lost brother or sister out there that he don't know about. I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen, but hey, they could smash again. But getting pregnant, I think that's a stretch. No, Unique will not work with Rock against because that storyline is getting boring. Okay. Rock wouldn't leave Neek alive. She eliminates her enemies completely. Well, she eliminated Tremont, as far as we know. She didn't even eliminate Rorel. She let Rorel live. So it ain't completely true. I think she will forgive, but still kill Unique. I can see some shit like that happening. I was waiting for you to go live. Cool. Howard kills Famous. He wears a ring too. Okay, so you said that in the video. So what I'm trying to tell you is, how can Howard? Because I already told another nigga this power for files. How can Howard kill somebody that died after him? Now let me know what the math, some kind of math class that I missed to figure that part out. Unique firebombing the Golden Pavilion, just like Dre and Cristobal burning time and product from Jason Minich. What was his name? Mitch Minich. That was his name. That's how you spell it. These are glad foreign niggas. But anyways, I thought his name was Minich or some shit. But anyways, because Unique don't want to work under Rock. I believe that it was Unique's that was setting the shit on fire for sure. I think that's probably gonna be this episode. That nigga came in the chat like, aha. Right. Snouts and Pop could tell law enforcement that Howard was last seen with Rock to try to get Rock out of the way. I remember you said that, but like I said, I don't think they'll be willing to really want to go and talk to the law enforcement unless they come and try to press them on it and they see some kind of angle that can benefit them. I don't see them doing that. Unique calls his winning the war this season. I think Unique will win the war this season too. Snaps and Pop basically became Dean and Raising Kanan. She could kill them. Rock's offense might be Quan. That's something I said too. That I believe that part of her going on offense is she noticed that Quan is the supplier. So she takes him out. Now, Neek ain't got no, Neek doesn't have a way to, similar to how she did, Tremont and then with Juliana. She took, not Tremont, Ronnie with Juliana. She took Juliana off the table. Now Ronnie didn't have a connect. So she could do the same thing to Unique and then force his hand that he has to buy his product from her. Could happen. Marvin gonna die in episode 9, shaking my head. I mean, how you know? Marvin's mistake from episode 9 probably includes linking with Early Tyler. I can see something linked to Early Tyler will, kind of affect them. Absolutely. I mean, it has to come to pass, judging by what Stefano said in episode 4. Marvin's mistake from episode 9 probably. I just read that. My bad. What up? You went live and YouTube didn't let me know. Yeah, I guess so, my boy. YouTube be hating, bro. I be telling folks that. He is not Breeze. If the writers actually had intentions of making him Breeze, he would have been under an alias already and not revealing himself to everyone as being alive. Cool. They had the perfect setup in the beginning. They did. Do you believe the robbery will happen in this episode, or is that an episode 8 kind of moment? Let me see, because they talking about. I mean, I kind of do think that a robbery will happen this episode. But I'm gonna say this: if it don't, obviously B will not die in this episode. I'll take him off the death. But yeah, I think it will. What about the Chinese crack addict? What about him? Do I think he's gonna die? That's what you're asking. I think Kenyatta getting clipped instead of B Rilla, but I could be wrong. That could be the case. And then what? B Rilla get caught and go to jail, or yeah, you know what, Hezekiah, you might got more weight to hold on them because it kind of would make sense that maybe his boy get clipped and he has to rush out of there, and then later on Lou hears about it and him and Lou have a conflict and Lou takes him out. That could happen. So your death predictions is Quan and Early Tyler. I don't think Quan is dying until episode 8. So I'm gonna disagree with you on Quan. Early Tyler, I can see that happening. Because they're saying Rock goes on the offense. I think it's gonna be something in relation to Quan. Snaps and Pops had something to do with Famous or know something about it. Plus, I feel like that's how Unique and Kanan met again through Snaps and Pops. I am starting to lean towards I think that's how they'll meet too. Did y'all see London Brown live saying Marvin didn't kill Famous? I did not see that. I need to go and try to find that, Jennifer. That's a good catch if he actually said that shit. Mitchell. Okay, cool. Jason Mitchell. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. These damn foreign people. Death predictions. Quan, Early Tyler, and Kenyatta. You think OC gonna die this episode coming up? Episode 10 description tells you something happens to Marvin. Either he dead, locked up, or on the run, hiding or wounded. Actually, it does not tell you that. But hey, if that's what the conclusion you got out of that, fine. But it does not say that. How everybody just get out the stock market. I be telling you, Takara, you gotta send me some of those stock trades that you be hitting out. Read Tay Dub comment. What did he say? Snaps and Pops had something to do with Famous or know something. Okay, I did read that. What am I reading that for? The B Rilla hate is real. Ha! Nobody hates B Rilla. We just think he about to die. Oh boy. Only way B Rilla died is obviously Lou taking him out. And I don't know how long the actor will stay on the show, but maybe season 5. Yeah, low key, now that you say it like that, it would make Lou the stone cold nigga he was in season 1. Yep. The question is, why would London address it in the first place? That just makes it obvious that Marvin did have something to do with it. I told y'all already what I think it is. That nigga was the one told him to get out of town, but he ended up getting his ass popped still. As long as Quan goes out by Samurai Sword, I'm cool. Episode 10 says Rock and Lou go to war. May not mention Marvin in there too. That means something happened to Marvin. No, it does not. And I'm going to pull it up exactly what it said. It said Rock and Lou prepare for a potential war with Unique. That's what it said. And then on top of that, that does not mean something happened to Marvin. We fell for that okie doke already in Power Book 2 Ghost. Won't fall for it again. So basically, as you can see, it says Rock attempts to stave off the collapse of the business as she and Lou prepare for a possible war with Unique. Now, they did this in Power Book 2 Ghost last year. In episode 7's description, it says when tragedy strikes, Tariq and the Tejadas goes on a mission to revenge what they lost. I actually still remember. That's how big that shit was. I still remember the damn synopsis in my head right now. So when they said that, they made a lot of people believe, oh, shoot, what's the only person that Tariq and the Tejadas could lose that, they both want revenge on? Diana, because they gave us the rest of the descriptions as well. Episodes 8, 9, and 10 did not mention Diana, but it did mention Kane. It did mention Drew. It did mention Monet. So everybody said, put 2 and 2 together. That means Diana is the one that's dead. They could be doing the same thing here, making you think Marvin is dead. So that does not mean he is dead. Now, it could be, but it doesn't guarantee it. Be Realer should at least last till episode 9. You ask me personally, Be Realer's character is kind of irrelevant right now. The nigga died well. I'm just saying, like, it really ain't serving no much of a purpose. Quan definitely not dying next episode, but I don't see him making it next season because in Power, the connects always gets taken out. Facts. And like I said, I believe it'll be episode 8. He posted what? You say you think Mr. Power posted something. I'm guessing you referring to Michael. I said Michael. London Brown saying he didn't kill Famous. Yet I don't like that they spoiled that, except for Jukebox or Kane, and no one should be excluded from synopsis. They didn't spoil it. They fooling y'all. I keep telling y'all. They did that in book 2 already. OC will disappear with Kane and money and won't get found until season 5. I could definitely see that happening, similar to how they did in Snowfall with Peaches. He dipped on them with, what was that, season 5 with Franklin's money, and then they didn't find his ass to the finale of the last season. So they could do something similar to that with that little midget. The picture with Marvin pointing at someone light-skinned Coles be Famous, Quan, Joaquin, or Paul. I don't know what picture you're referring to. Still no mention of Marvin in there. Well, duh, dude. I said he's not admitted. It's no mention of him. But what I'm saying is that doesn't mean he's dead. You found the clip? Let me go and try to find it. What's the name of the clip? Why just say Rock and Luke? The same reason it mentioned everybody else in the season on book 2. I keep telling you, they do that. It's all to throw you off. I'm pretty sure they intentionally linked leak the damn synopsis so we can see it too. That wasn't by accident. They intentionally did that shit to throw people off. Also, remember before season 3 ending of Kanan, they had a bunch of fake synopses. The synopsis doesn't mean that much. Now, these synopses here are definitely accurate because so far, episodes 1 all the way to 6 has been 100% accurate. I'm pretty sure we got confirmation that we do have the right synopsis. The thing is that it could be misleading, kind of making you think one thing, but it's not saying that. Rock just had Marvin sit out because he's doing too much. That's why his name is not in episode 10. He could go on he could, Marvin could go on a different mission. You know, he decides to do something else. They send him on something else, possibly the DC or whatever, and then he's just not directly involved with that's going on. Doesn't mean he's dead. The fake episode 10 leak descriptions for book 2 last year said Kang was on the run for killing Drew, and that ended up being false. That is true. It was a fake, but remember we did have episodes 1 through 9. We didn't get 10. But see, that one came a little later. This one here, we got all 10 at once. So me personally, if I had to bet my money on it, I would say that all of them are 100% accurate. Because me personally, I never actually even believed episode 10 like that anyway, the leaked one that they had for book 2 goes. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm referring to that London Brown said Marvin killing Famous doesn't even make sense to the storyline. Marvin dying is what needed to really make Duke what she is in OG power. I agree with that. And let me go ahead and say this great one. I'm not saying that Marvin don't die. Only thing I'm challenging is that you're saying that episode 10 synopsis says he's dead, and it does not. And I was just showing you proof of times that they have made things seem like one thing and it ends up being something else. That's all I'm saying. But I agree with you. Like I told you already, I'm 50-50. I think he could very much die episode 9 as well. I agree about comparing OC to Peaches because they both were using product and robbed the stash. You're on point. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's absolutely how that's going to play out. Kanan is having a dream sequence about Marvin pointing the silencer at Famous' head. I mean, you could be right with that, DeMarcus, but like I said, I believe that was a real sequence. He just didn't pull the trigger. I believe he was trying to get him to run. That's what I believe it was. He was telling him, look, nigga, I'm telling you, you need to run. There's people gunning for you. That's how I see it. And he gave him the opportunity to run. And Rock set that ass up with them dirty, ugly ass cops. There's no need for that. Jukebox is already crazy. That's a fact, support. That's a fact. She already crazy as a motherfucker. Marvin don't got to be dead. He could go to jail. Facts. That's true, too. He could go to jail. London Brown says he didn't kill Famous. Yeah, a lot of people saying that. I'm about to go on here and just pull up that and look for that y'all saying because everybody talking about it now. Let's go ahead and pull it up. So Mark Dart posted on it too. I see he just posted on it 29 minutes ago. All right, let's go ahead and pull it up. I got it right here. This is my first time saying it, actually.
Does Marvin have to take it famous out? That don't even make sense to the storyline. I get on my live, I be really wanting people that process, that like connect dots and all of that. That don't even make no sense. It's always somebody on here. You never let me down. You never let me down. It's always somebody on here saying something reckless.
Hey, let's be real though, y'all. Let's be real. If this nigga did take him out, what else is he supposed to say? If somebody asked him that shit on his live and he just, let's just say for the sake of argument that he decides to address it, he ain't gonna say, yeah, I took that nigga out. He can't say that. Now, what he can say is something that's misleading. And I'm not saying he's capping here, but I'm also saying that, come on, he's not gonna admit to it if he did take him out. But like I told y'all, I don't believe he did no more.
Marvin killed famous. Based on what? Look at that. Somebody else from the Bronx. You always eating food. I'm not always eating food. When you're on your live, I told y'all. Every time I'm in the car or if I'm eating food, I go live. So I'm not wasting time. That don't mean I'm always eating food. I'm about to hit.
Hold on, this nigga just funny as hell right now. But but anyways, y'all heard him say it. I'm not gonna play this whole thing. It ain't that much to go, but still, I'm risking the chance of YouTube trying to have their way with me. But anyways, there you go. He said, you know, as we saw, the nigga said he didn't do it. Hey, that is true, man. Y'all gotta hit that like button, man. We got way too. Never mind. It's more lights in here. My shit was behind. About to say. The clip of the gun pointing at famous can only be two people, either Marvin or Unique. I agree with that, but I'm gonna say this great one. My only pushback for the Unique one is that we can see that the guy clearly had jewelry on, and Unique didn't have jewelry during that time of famous death. So they kind of seemed like that would rule him out. Does anyone think that they're setting up Jukebox to kill Marvin maybe after they have a fight like season 1 and Jukebox shoots Marvin? I thought about that. No one. I think I actually mentioned it on live one time when I was on it too. I think that's a possibility. Because, you know, their relationship been going so smooth and shit like that, and like Juke's so crazy now. If she do something that Marvin don't like, let's say she do something that's some real bullshit, and Marvin try to check her on it, she might just be crazy enough to remember that moment and just decide to kill that man. It could happen like that. I think Jukebox did it. I didn't think so at first, but she has the ability to lie with a straight face and act concerned. She also wanted to torture Tariq in power. She could have went to the army after. Does that match with the timeline? Hold on. I don't know if that match with the timeline because I think she went to the army. It depends on, I guess, when exactly he died. It's possible, but I just don't. What would be Juke? I'm gonna ask you this. Pull your comment up. What would be Juke's motive to taking out Famous? Is it just because she just decided, woke up in the morning one day, I'm crazy as a motherfucker and I just want to kill somebody, and she decided Famous is gonna be the one? that she do it to. So what's the motive? Yeah, that nigga London is definitely funny. I think someone is standing in front of famous. When you saying someone standing in front of him, what are you referring to? Bro, I was saying the same thing, support. That nigga really Marvin in real life. The way Jukebox acting now and in the OG power is the way Unique is in season 4 should have been acting. Yeah, that's my only thing, support. I will say this though. If it do turn out to be Juke, that would be a crazy twist because what I don't see no motive whatsoever. Okay, I can't think of one. I can think of one. I'll give you one. I'm trying to give Ebony time to go ahead and get her response to see if she's gonna have one different from me. But I can think of only one reason that Juke would possibly take out Famous, especially torture him. So I'm gonna give her a little time. If she don't respond within the next 2 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and just say mine. But you said Jukebox would be devastated if she found out that Rock and Marvin had something to do with the death of Famous by using Officer Buckley and Roland. I think she would too. You said self-defense? Self-defense against what? Because Famous is harmless. Marvin has a gun to his head, but someone standing in front of Famous. Huh? So you're saying Marvin has a gun? You got to explain that a little bit better so I can make sure I'm understanding what you mean. You know what will be a twist if all of the Thomas family or most of them is in Origins. Well, I don't think that's too surprising, me personally. Not really. So Jukebox kills Famous and then goes crazy trying to help Kanan find the people that did it. I mean, they said she was crazy as hell. But her hitting on Jukebox not gonna make her mad. I don't think she been doing that. Anyways, I don't know the motive. That's the head scratcher. But I think she been crazy and slowly but surely it's coming to surface. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give you my reasoning. So, in my opinion, the only way I could see her potentially doing something like that is she sees Famous as being a huge threat to her family. And, you know, she's like, she has to do something about it. And she decides to go ahead and take it upon her own hand. So let's just say maybe, you know, after he got arrested and all of that, she finds out about it. Kanan, she sees that Kanan's at risk. And most importantly, her father is at risk. And she snaps out. She spaces out and just does that. Asks him, you know, go to questioning him. What did you tell them about my daddy? Because keep in mind, it already seemed like when she got, you know, arrested by the FBI right after her performance, seemed like she was going a little crazy then, kind of. But me personally, I would say this is probably a stretch. But I was just trying to put something into, you know, pull something out of nothing for the people that think that it's Juke. That's the only way I could see her possibly doing something like this. But what I think is very much possible, because it wouldn't be out of her character, is Rock having them the goddamn cops do it. Let's be real. Rock is the devil of Southside. She don't give a damn what she do. So you said Rock could have got Juke to do it. I thought about that too midway while talking to you. Like maybe Rock, but would she actually follow that? You know what I'm saying? Killing one of her friends because Rock persuaded her to do it some kind of way. I mean, I guess it's a small percent chance that that could be possible, but I still would say no. When Marvin's with Famous, there's two people in the room. Are you referring to the same image with what looked like to be Famous having a gun pointed to the back of his head? Yep, like the thief that steals from you and tries to help you find it. Yeah. The nerve of them motherfuckers. But yeah, you're right. I believe it's a new character that killed Famous to introduce him into the storyline. That's my final prediction. Let's make them now. All right. Yeah, that's a good thing. We got 40 some people in the chat right now. Let's everybody that wants to participate, because it seems like only about 8-10 people really coming. So the remaining 30 people that's in here, you can join in too. Let's make our predictions on, because I believe they're gonna give it to us tonight. Well, not tonight, tomorrow night. The next episode, what happened to them. So we gotta make our predictions now. Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow, possibly, and we can make it again. But anyways, who do y'all think is Famous killer? And I'm gonna put up another poll because I know I already had one at first, but that was like after episode 5, I believe. So now that we've gotten episode 6 and we got that interview from Antonio, let's make a new poll. I'll put one up on my channel in the community later. And I mean, I guess we can vote on it, but I would like to know exactly who said what. So maybe comment your answer, and then we can go back and review it. Because I'm hearing Jukebox. We got the Dirty Cops. I'm hearing Rock. Niggas saying it's niggas that saying Howard. The niggas that saying Lou better be out of here. Cause I bet I see a Lou. I promise you, I'm gonna fire your ass up once that shit released. Cause you are insane. If it's still some niggas in here that believe it's Lou, you need to change your answer right now. But every other answer, even if it's kind of a little fishy, I can at least give you a little grace. But shouldn't nobody be saying Lou no more? Like, that's great. But Ghostin saying he believes it's a new character. I think you the only one, at least on my channel, that's saying it's a new character. You might be right. Young Juke not really crazy when she cut her tongue out of nigga mouth. Then I'll believe she crazy. This is my prediction. Jukebox questions Marvin about Jukebox. Hold on. Jukebox questions Marvin about Jukebox. I'm guessing you meant to say someone else. Marvin starts lying and Jukebox pushes Marvin, says, fuck it. Jukebox charges at him and Marvin knocks her down. She grabs the gun and dang. I mean, that'd be kind of crazy, but hey, perhaps. If it was a Jukebox, why would she come back asking questions about his death and even doing all of this? Well, they just answered that. They just said it's like the thief that steal your stuff and then try to help you find it. I called it. Jukebox would be killing niggas and taking their bitches. Okay, we making predictions about stuff that we're not talking about right now. A better plot would be the cops or Marvin killing Famous. As far as Breeze, he kills Unique like how Trig and the Shy killed his brother's killer. I think that's pretty good because my vote is the cops. Jukebox is crazy, but she still has enough sense to use logic. It makes no sense for her to kill Famous. It's far fetched, but them showing where he hides his gun had more meaning than Jukebox took it later. This a reach, but what if Sal's son-in-law was following Marvin and saw Marvin hug Famous and walk away, and they snatched him up and tortured him? But why would they do that? And me personally, I mean, you don't never really see Marvin hanging out with Famous like that. Like, it'll be more believable if maybe Lou or something was with him and dapped him up or hugged him. But Marvin, I seriously doubt that. I'm gonna get that very, very low percent chance. D Wiz killed Famous. D Wiz brother. I'm guessing that's what you meant. Well, I made a video about that, if y'all can remember, about D Wiz brother killing Famous. And I told y'all what the reasoning would be in case people would try support. I'm pretty sure he meant D Wiz brother. So we got another one saying Marvin killed him. We got Ebony saying Juke. Hezekiah saying the cops. The two cops, Rock pays off in the clip. Yep, that's who I say it is too, Razo. I think Takari is saying Howard. This nigga said my wild edition is Noma. All right, nigga. The cops and being paid by Rock. Okay. The Noma was 8 in Nigeria. Saying Lou did it got to be trolling at this point. Right. The cops or Breeze? All right, but Miles, who is Breeze? All right, now niggas saying trolling comment. It was D Wiz's brother that killed and tortured Famous and snapping Pops to get killed by Kanan and Juke. That'd be crazy if Kanan and Juke was able to take out Snapping Pop. Like, they'll get some real juice for some shit like that. Neat Breeze kidnaps Crystal to lure Kanan in. That's not how I think that it's gonna happen, but hey. Because I already have my theory on the Crystal situation. Are you going to do a live after episode 7, the day after it airs, or after 1 a.m.? You're asking me, you know, I always go live right after the episode, like an hour after the episode, if that's what you're asking. And yeah, I'm gonna do it again for sure this episode. Jukebox didn't even want to talk to Marvin about the body she dropped, so I don't see her coming back and asking around about Famous if she killed him. Yeah. When was the last time Marvin and Kanan had a dialogue together? Episode 1? Yep, episode 1. When, you know, he was asking about his grandfather and Marvin's father, so E-Train. To be honest, it's probably a random character we won't see. Doing the family project. Yeah, okay, he was speaking to him. Hey man, I don't know who you are right now, but get your your name KC. You probably some kind of hold on, what's that last name? I don't even know. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce that last name. But anyway, get your little glass on with that shit. Cause I don't know who you are. You ain't got no damn profile picture. Be Real people could have killed Famous. Why would Be Real people kill him though? I heard that allegedly Jukebox killing Aisha in episode 9, catching her cheating. How could you catch her cheating and they not together? What happened to Simrad? They say he was casted for season 4. Him and Romero. I didn't know that. I'm with your prediction that the scene of them on the roof, rocking cops, Howard was planning the fame murder. So I'm gonna say this. I think the roof. I think that was actually probably Snaps and Pop on that roof. I could be wrong. Either way, it's one of the two. But I'm definitely sticking with that. The cops did that shit. Them that Rock paid off. Yeah, I know. I wasn't taking that serious, bro. Trust me. You could have said whatever. It wouldn't have mattered to me. As long as Rock get her wig split, I'm satisfied. I'm so tired of this beat. I think that's the first time I see somebody say something like that about her. It's crazy. You said you want to see Rock get her back broken again? Everybody loves her lines and how pretty she is. Shaking my head. She is a horrible mother. Shit, tired. Hey, I agree with that. Juke keep looking better every season. She thick as hell. You know what's crazy? What season was that? It was one season that we saw her on, and she turned from the side, and I swear it's like it was trending. Everybody was talking about it. Like, bro, damn, Juke ass got some thick as hell out here. But you know, she always be wearing them thick clothes and shit, big clothes, so you really can't tell. But like, it was in the earlier seasons. I want to say it was season 2 when she turned to the side and everybody saw it. Lou, Marvin, and Rock will all die and be reincarnated into becoming the children of Lorenzo and Monet. Right. Which mother was the worst, Rock, Monet, or Tasha? You know, I actually had a video about this last year sometime. And I believe my answer was Rock. But that was before season 4 of Ghost came out. But I don't think Monet did anything that was really bad as far as parenting in season 4. So I think the answer probably still stands. Yeah, I gotta go with Rock, bro. Especially if I'm right. If I'm right about her setting up famous, I gotta go with Rock. Like let's be real, bro. She had Kanan shoot his father, who he didn't know was his father. Killed his father. What else she do? Killed the man best. About to look like she may have killed both of his best friends. Hid a gun in the nigga bag so that he could nearly get arrested just to get him back in her house. What else she done did? Rock done did some shit. Monet is pretty damn bad as well. I would say, but between the three, Tasha is the best mother. But none of them is mother of the year, of course. A lot of my mother efforts done had to die so Rock keep her secrets. Friends, family, it don't matter. Rock and Monet got their kids' fathers killed. Well, Rock shot the nigga in front of him. Exactly. That's what made it the worst. That's what make it the worst right there, bro. Rock shot the nigga in front of her damn son. She didn't give a damn. At least Monet tried to be slick about it. This nigga Rock had no remorse. But I'm gonna say this though: the difference between them, because Monet's kids, they knew who they dad were, so she knew it would hurt them because they actually knew him well, right? Kanan didn't really know his dad; he was just now getting to know him. So Rock may have did that shit and be like, "Oh, he'll get over it. He don't even know that nigga." Just popped him. Rock is the worst starting from her mother, Joyce, the original. I don't think people realize D Wiz dying is Kanan's fault now. Now famous isn't. True. I agree. Cause that's why she delivered that nice monologue when she was talking about they were coming, Kanan. And I wasn't gonna let them kill you. So somebody had to go. Now you tell me who's responsible for D Wiz murder? Me or you? But she right. I mean, let's be real. If you had a way to prevent the death of your son, even at the expense of his best friend, she had to make a choice. I mean, some people may not agree with it, but if let's say she didn't make that move, it could have very much have turned out to be both of them end up dying. Monet and Rock share number one. But if I had to choose, it'll be Rock. But Tasha definitely last. I agree with that. Kanan watched that shit. The siblings just heard about it. Who had the best parents in the Power universe? So since you said parents with an S, you're referring to one of them that has to have both father and mother. Let's see, who probably was the best parent? Shit, who all we got to choose from? Let me think about it. There's a lot of bad parents in Power. You know what's crazy? What I kind of Maybe Lauren's parents. 'Cause I don't know who else I can think of. I would guess it's Lauren's parents. Y'all let me know. Rock causes rock cause rock cuz I'm thinking he was saying causes cuz. That tells you how crazy English is. But anyways, rock cuz she gave birth to the demon who taught everyone, who taught Ghost, Tommy, and etc. I mean, the reason is kind of crazy, but yeah, I agree it's rock. What's up, Breeze TV? Tasha actually played her role as a wife. I haven't seen Rock or Monet cook for them kids. That ain't you. Monet cooked for her kids all the time. That ain't you. Now, even Rock, yeah, Rock cooked for hers too. That ain't true. All of them cooked. The only thing I think give Tasha the edge is the fact that she was the only one. Well, no, because Monet was too. But what gives both Monet and Tasha an edge over Rock is that they were wives. Rock was never a wife. But yeah, because after all that shit they've been through, her kids still were heartbroken when she died. Right. Rock, you must forget. Rock actually cooks for the whole family every Sunday. Y'all forgetting season 1. And then remember in season 2, when Kanan came back because remember he went to stay in Virginia for a while until the stuff with Detective Howard cooled down. She told Kanan that we haven't been having these dinners since you've been gone because when your seat's missing, it didn't feel like family anymore. So Rock definitely cooks. I say Monet is connected to Breeze because Monet was using 2 guns before she died. Nigga, that don't mean that, but okay. Rock is worse than Joyce Thomas as a mother. Well, Joyce was saying that folks was it kind of seemed like from Joyce's perspective that everybody else just seeing it the way they want to see it. Because we didn't really fully get what was Joyce's story. Like maybe she wasn't as bad as we were led to believe. They need to put some booster shoes on the kid who plays Kanan and make him hit the jam to get bigger. He not intimidating at all. 50 is 6 feet. That's big facts. The nigga is 5'1". Oh man. As long as she say she doing it for Kanan in her grown ass adult mind, she is justified. Terrible. What did she get pregnant by the ops who almost killed your baby brother? Pack her the F out up, man. Folks hard on Rock today. Y'all normally be hard on Be Realer. Y'all hard on Rock today. What's good? Well, not tonight because it ain't night. Tasha taught her as son about the game, and he going to prep school. You that actually I happened to look up the kids who ran a drug ring in a private school. Yeah, but Tasha teaching Tariq the game ain't as bad as Devil Rock did, bro. And I do genuinely think she only taught him that because she felt like that was going to protect him. Lakeisha Grant and Kadeem were the best parents in Power Universe. Stop it. Kadeem wasn't even around. Now, can I say Lakeisha was a bad mother? No. But at the same time, we didn't really get to see all of her parenting. Like we only saw the kid, what, maybe twice. But like I said, I vote for Lauren parents. Proctor was a good dad for sure, but he was still in a part of a single parent household. I'm gonna always say that 2-parent household beats the single parent household. So that's why still I'm going with Lauren's parents right now. Episode 10 sounds like Kanan finds out the truth about everything. Yep, I think he will too. Mark my words. End of episode 9. Kanan out everything. Episode 10. Him and Unique taking over. The question is, will Rock be alive? Well, I gave y'all my prediction on that. Maybe you didn't hear it yet, but my prediction is I think what's going to happen is Kanan's going to figure out that Rock was behind the death of Famous, and that's going to be the last straw for Kanan. He's not going to want anything to do with her, but at the same time, it's still his mother, so he's going to still have love for her, but he's going to say, look, I can't deal with you. You can't be around me. And I think Unique is going to have a very similar love-hate situation with her. And he's going to also say, I think it's best that you don't be around me. So remember, the name of it is titled Give Me the Weight. So I think they're going to tell Rock, you give us the supply and you just get out of town. We don't want nothing to do with you. We just want we just want the weight, and that's it. You leave town, we'll let you live. That's what I think. She's going to be forced out of town. That's what I believe the end game for her would be. Now, if you want to say the best individual single parent, maybe you can make an argument for Proctor. But like I said, Lauren's parents was 2 married couple. They were successful. They were under one household. Didn't seem like they had, any toxic behavior. Obviously, it was very limited to how much of her parents we saw. But still, from what we did see, and then they moved out of town once they seen that their daughter was in danger. I feel like that was the right move too. Right now, that's the best parents I can think of. Remember in OG Power, Kanan had forced Ghost into Rob and Tommy. You gonna steal from Tommy? Your own best friend. Why that don't surprise me? Yeah, he said you gonna rob your own fur. Why that don't surprise me? But what are you referring to when you say that, Breeze? Monet taught Diana how to cheat also. Wait, never mind. I forgot. He let what's her name die. Yeah, he let her mom die. Exactly. So that's a knock against him. My favorite part of raising Kanan so far was when Kanan caught the crack and had people falling out dying. And crackheads still want to try it, knowing the outcome. That's crackheads for your ass. Tell you them, bro. Tasha may end up higher on the list if we see her doing shady stuff in Origins. Especially if we find out that she actually did end up doing something with Kanan. Because a lot of us have speculated about that. Season 1 was like 10 years ago. Yeah, it was, but hey, I had to that's what I'm here for, to refresh our memories. But Rock definitely cooked. I thought Kanan cooked every Tuesday for his mom. He did, but she cooked every Sunday for the whole family. Ghost and Tasha were shitty parents. Just because they bought their kids good shit doesn't make them good parents. They spoiled and made Tariq entitled. Yeah, I don't think they were the best of parents. Were they the worst? No, absolutely not. But they weren't the best of it. Ghost should have put down some force on Tariq when he first was starting to act up. He was treating him. My apologies if I got white viewers on there, but I'm just being real. Y'all softer on y'all kids than we are. He was treating Tariq like a white kid, and we don't tolerate that typically in our households. Tariq would have got his ass whooped. Proctor made Lindsay, and Proctor wasn't a great parent. Who's the worst children in the Power Universe? Now that's a good one. That's a better one there. I think that's an easy answer though. It's Tariq. That's a grateful little messed up little motherfucker. He had no reason at all to be mad at Ghost the way he was, bro. That's easily Tariq. Somebody argue me right now. Because you can't say it's Kane for niggas that's getting ready to try to say it. You can't say it's Kane because Kane, at the end of the day, Kane still loved his mother after all the stuff she did. He never went against his mother, wouldn't dare try to kill her or Lorenzo. And he did messed up stuff, but never nothing like directly against, Tariq. And then think about it, the type of life that Kane grew up having was nowhere near the same entitled life that Tariq. Like Kane grew up and knew what it was like to struggle. Tariq never even struggled before. And that nigga still turned out that bad. So my vote is Tariq, and I think it's not even close. Hopefully Kanan's character do get recast. I'm sorry. I ain't got nothing against him personally, but he's not the strongest of actors. And then on top of that, the nigga too short. Like, they need to get a nigga that's nigga got at least be 5'10", bro. Come on. Rock out here getting pregnant by cops and ops. Yeah. Tomorrow we smoking on that Be Realer pack. Could be. If 50 had a relationship with the oldest son, he would have been perfect for Kanan role if he can act. That's true because the nigga looked just like him. But it's another nigga that was trending on Instagram that we saw, at least that I saw, looks just like 50 too. If that nigga get into acting, he could play. If that one nigga on Instagram that looked like, oh shoot, he just got to say what I was saying. That's crazy. Almost verbatim the exact same words I was about to say. Early 2000, 50 Cent spoke English. Oh, that nigga don't speak English? He could have played Kanan in Oranges. I didn't know that nigga didn't speak English. But yeah, that nigga looks just like him. Nate just posted a video saying Kanan will kill Crank, OC, and his crew for thinking they could rob him. Takes me back to when Kanan told Ghost, "You gonna steal." Got you. Now it makes sense. Okay. But yeah, I saw that video, Breeze, and I think that is a possibility because them niggas looked very sus when he came to him talking about, when he came into them talking about they heard that it was Freddie's crew. They took out Famous. That shit looked sus as hell. And I think once Kanan figures out that it wasn't Freddie, he gonna be like, who told y'all that? And he's gonna figure out they're lying. Especially with his money gone, he's gonna see how disloyal all them niggas are. And I can see him taking them out for sure. All right. Famous mom is the best parent, even though she kicked him out, brought him back. But now this I gotta disagree with. Fuck that. Two things. She kicked him out, like you said, which led to him getting into the trouble that he got into. She never would have done that. Come on, especially with all that Famous has been through, being abused by his father, like he was being done to, and all of that. No, she shouldn't have kicked that man out. And he wasn't doing nothing that was so egregious that was warranted kicking him out. I understand if he was smoking crack in the house or smoking weed out in your place and cursing you out, putting his hands on you and stuff like that. That'd been a little different. The man he had a girl up in the house, bro. Come on. That ain't that bad. She shouldn't have kicked him out. And then on top of that, she was an incompetent parent too. Who turns in a gun in your son's room to the police? Especially after he told you that he did some very ill stuff while he was away. Stuff that he can't take back that he wish he could. Come on, bruh. That's bad parenting. How in the world you thought it was a smart idea? You should have confronted your son and been like, where does the gun come from? And then maybe he would have went ahead and confessed and you would have known where to go from there. And you could have told him, you need to get rid of this gun before it comes back on you. But no, her dumb ass turned it into the cops. Definitely no. She's a dumbass parent. Now, if you want to say who's the dumbest parents, you got my vote. Famous mom was horrible. She turned it into murder. Exactly. Hope that means so everyone would stop with the Crank is young ghost woman. Crank ain't no damn ghost. Why they gave B Rilla a menacing look like Ghost, and how would Tate know Ghost robbed Truth? I'm confused on where that come from. Like Ronnie said, I just wanted the work and the connection. Right. And that's what I think Kanan and Neek gonna be on. They're gonna tell Rock they just want the work. We don't want you around. We want you out of town, out of our life. Do you still think Unique may sacrifice OC to Kanan when OC take the money as a way to get Kanan's good? Yep, I do. Every parent did some bad shit compared to that. She was a citizen turning a gun. But still, that's dumb. And parents, as a parent, you can't be that dumb. True. Aisha parents too. Yep. We can throw Aisha parents up in there. If Crank is Ghost, then that explains why Kanan said that two Ghosts. Okay, let me go back to Kanan thought his crew robbed him, so Kanan killed everybody except Crank. Right now, Crank is valuable to Kanan. He the one who had the info on who killed Famous. That's exactly what Kanan needs is. Street is. Okay, but yeah, that nigga was lying though. Tariq never got a whooping as a kid at all. Exactly. Damn, I am so far behind on these comments, bro. Let me go ahead and just drop down. My bad, y'all. Yeah, that same image of that nigga Marvin could have had gone on Famous, Quan, Joaquin, or Where's Paul. The only thing with that, bro, because a couple of people tried to say they could be, none of these people's hair is like that. That's the thing. Only Famous hair matches that. Quan's hair is not like that. Joaquin's hair, I would say Joaquin is closer than Quan, but that's not his head either. And it's damn sure not Paul. There wasn't a white boy. Paul had slick hair. There wasn't slick hair we was looking at. I can pull it up real quick so we can get a better look at it, but the hair doesn't match. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put them side by side. They go an image of they go an image of what famous hair looks like, the back of his head. Then let's pull up the one where he's has the gun to the back of his head. You see that hair? That is no way. The hair texture doesn't look like Quan. You know what? I don't know. I'm sorry to change my mind in midway. I don't know. Hold up. And then that nigga Quan do be wearing that leather like that. Shit. That, God damn it. Might have to make me eat my words right now. Hold on, wait, lad, nigga. Let me take a sip. It do seem like a throwback at the same time. You know that nigga Quan be having like them little ponytail shit. It could be like slicked back and turned in a direction where you just can't see it. I feel like that's not the same hair texture, but let me see if I can find a side of this nigga Quan here. Cause it damn sure ain't Paul. That ain't hit that nigga. Cause that's for sure Marvin. I don't see no reason he would be putting a gun on Paul. Yeah, I think that here is body double too. These niggas trying to mess with me, change my answer. Your dark horse suspect is D Wiz's brother. You talking about your for the famous death, D Wiz's brother. Like I said, I made a theory about that. So if he did come out to bed, it got to have something to do with that song. Mm. Ghost and Tasha was shit. Okay, I already seen that. Why the hell? Let's come back. Ghost and Tasha were shitty parents. Proof is that they didn't teach their children common sense. Raina, leave my brother alone. I know who you are, Ray Ray. My father's gonna kill you. That's what I said, Kenny. I didn't think it was slick enough to be Quan either. But when Raina said that, she was accepting who her father was. I agree. She was a kid, but I mean, obviously, she was very oblivious to the street life. So, and even then, though, you didn't think they glad they were gonna do that. Man, that was crazy. Poor Raina. That kind of threw me off for him to be Quan. Common sense should tell someone you don't walk up to a random person with a gun and threaten them. I don't think he had the gun out though. I don't think he did. I think he pulled the gun out afterwards. Yeah, he was chasing after Tariq, but I don't think he had a gun out during that particular time. I ain't going front. It's many reasons I'll say Marvin Mike got famous, but putting him under the mattress, I don't see it at all. Well, I mean, let me pull that up real quick because I'm telling you that I don't think he had a gun out when he did that. Oh, hold up. I think he pulled it out. Kind of hard to see. But he pulled it out. I'll pull it up so everybody else will look at it too. But damn.
Brother alone.
It look like he pulled it out. He pulled it out.
To leave my brother alone. You need to leave my
Either
brother.
way, though, I don't think it was visible to her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she saw it because I believe she would have saw him with the gun in his hand like that. She wouldn't have said that shit. Your innocent sister over there, and that's what you're gonna do. Episode titled "You Can't Fix This," right? I mean, that is true. All that would have happened if Tariq would have came out is he would have died too. I mean, that's just the truth. Opposed to waiting it out, hoping that maybe she can survive, and then you could potentially, avenge her later. Because clearly, if he would have ran out, no, he was just going to shoot her too, shoot him too, and Ghost and Tantra was going to have two dead kids instead of one. But remember too, we ain't get to see Rock paying the cops too in that trailer. Yeah, I mean we ain't seen that yet because I believe they haven't revealed what happened to Famous yet. Ugh. Anyways, though, I'm about to get ready to wrap up this live. I was only planning on being on for 2 hours. We at the 2 hour mark. Last and final questions. Go ahead and get them in. Crap. Raina was always meant to die, regardless. Jukebox was originally supposed to be the one to kill it. That's true. But it's a good chance that I might jump back on later on today, y'all. So be paying attention to the community. If not today, for sure, I'll jump on probably early tomorrow before the episode. So maybe like close around this same time tomorrow. Marv loved the kids. Juke was going to have a spinoff. I think I do remember hearing something about that. We might finally see Lamar Jackson this episode. Lamar Jackson, was he in episode 7? Can't remember what episode they said. It may have been 7. All right, bro. Appreciate you too. I just want to know how Unique's story will play out. Yeah. Bet if you do, you know I'm there, my boy. Love. All right, much love to you too, my boy. All right, final call. About to jump off here. Do what he did beforehand in the school trying to be tough. All right, make sure y'all vote on the poll too when I put it out there on who y'all think Famous Killer is. But I'm gonna catch y'all a little later.